Hey, does plant-based eating have to be an all or none kind of thing? Hi, I'm Bernice Hunt, and I am a brain health specialist. I work with women just like you who are starting to notice a few memory challenges, and I help you to stay sharp so that as you age, you can still travel, have fun with your grandkids, and experience new adventures without missing a beat. As a wellness coach for over 12 years, one thing I strongly encourage people to do is to exercise. And now that I'm a brain specialist, I strongly encourage 5 different types of exercises that are good for your brain. Now, you may not be ready for all that exercise, but my point is to start somewhere. And the same thing goes when it comes to plant-based eating. You have to start somewhere. Now, did you catch my last video? My last video talked about the different types of plant-based diets. So if you didn't see it, you can catch it on my YouTube channel or my Facebook group, Keep Your Brain Sharp. You can find it on there. But today I wanted to talk more about what you can do if you're not quite ready to go all the way over there to a totally plant-based diet, okay? Because, like I said, you need to start somewhere. Now, ideally, you would want your plate to be, half of it be plants, fruits and vegetables. You want your main course to be plant-based. That's the ideal world. And you may even want to have like meatless Mondays or salad Sundays or something like that where you're not having any meat at all. That's wonderful. But you may not be ready for all that. And you definitely may not be ready to go the vegetarian route or the vegan route. And that is okay. Like I said, start somewhere. One thing though, I encourage you to commit to doing is to take 2 steps. One step to do something that will help your brain by deciding on a food item that is primarily plant-based. And the second step is to commit to stopping the eating of foods that are toxic to your brain. So you want to start doing something to help your brain and stop doing something that is hurting your brain in just 1 or 2 areas, of the food categories. Okay, let me tell you what I mean. Okay, so let's start with dessert. Now, you may not want to go totally plant-based on everything, but you can kind of tweak your desserts to be more plant-based friendly. And what I mean by that is just commit to, instead of buying those instead of buying those store-bought desserts, from bakeries and in the stores prepackaged and all that kind of stuff, just make a decision that you're not going to do that anymore. And your desserts that you're still going to have, your desserts are going to consist of brain healthy selections like your berries, okay, like your dark chocolate, those kind of things, apples, and you're going to cook them yourself or make them yourself. You're going to think homemade, okay? That's going to do 2 things for you. Number 1, you're not going to eat as many desserts because guess what? If you're like me, you're not going to be making all that stuff all the time. So that's going to slow your roll right there. You're not going to be making as much. And number 2, what you are eating are not going to be full of additives and preservatives and extra sugar and unhealthy oils and all of that kind of stuff. So it's going to be much, much healthier for you just to go take that 1 step. And so whenever I have dessert, it's going to be something that I've made myself or that I make at home. It's not going to be something that's bought in the store. Okay. So let's go from desserts. Let's go to drinks. That might be something you don't want to do the dessert route. Maybe you'll focus on the drinks. Same thing there. What you want to do is you want to shy away from buying those pre-made, store-bought, full of excess sugar and preservatives and additives and all this artificial sweeteners and all this stuff you do not need. Shy away from there and just make a commitment to drink healthier options like water or infused water by putting the plants, different cucumber slices or orange slices or strawberries or whatever you want in there, mint, whatever you want in there to give a flavor to your water. But don't buy the stuff at the store. Just go ahead and put it in there in the pitcher yourself and put it in the refrigerator, okay? Homemade. Infused water, herbal teas, either cold or hot. Those can be very, very tasty. Smoothies, okay? Especially green smoothies, but the fruit smoothies also, just as long as you make them at home. I'm not talking about going to, a restaurant or something and get it from there. I'm talking about you making it at home. And if you don't feel like making anything, go with straight up water, okay? Or just put some lemon in it or whatever you do. But just commit to doing that and getting a plant-based version of your drinks, okay? All right, let's talk about snacks. I'm a snack person, I confess. Okay, but snacks don't have to be unhealthy. They can be healthy snacks. Once again, you know what I'm going to say. Stay away from the store for your snacks. I don't care what it says on the label. You want to avoid that step and you want to make the things yourselves. But there's a lot of good stuff, guys, that you can make, and it doesn't take as long as you think. Some of it just grab it. There's carrot sticks. Now, when I say carrot sticks, I do not mean to go to the store and buy those pre-cut carrot, little baby carrot things. Because guess what, guys? Those have been peeled and cut. And so all the nutrition, I shouldn't say all the nutrition, but a whole lot of the nutrition has already left the building. They're out of those carrots. You're not getting the nutrition you would get if you just be like Bugs Bunny. Take that carrot, the whole thing, and do your eating, or at least cut it up as you go. Okay, so we got carrot sticks, we got celery sticks, we got apple slices, you got regular berries, strawberries, you get the other fruits that you can have, you have nuts, you have boiled eggs, and then you have all these dips. Yeah, all these dips you can have. You have your hummus, and you can make hummus yourself. It is not hard, guys. You have hummus, you have pestos, all different kinds of plant-based pestos. You have guacamole. Yeah, buddy. You got really delicious and nutritious guacamole for you. You got the nut butters, all different kinds, guys. You have your bean dips. You have a lot of different things that you can make into a dip and dip your carrot sticks, your celery, your apple slices, or you can even make your kale chips or your zucchini chips. It's a lot that you can do, guys, at home for snacks that are good for you. Boiled egg is wonderful. A lot of things you can do. Okay, so those are snacks. The thing is, make it yourself. Do it yourself. Okay. What else? I want to talk about spices. I want to talk about spices because that is just such a powerful way to get a lot of nutrients without hardly any muss or fuss, guys. Okay, I just made, some of you may have seen the other day, I just made some wellness popcorn, and instead of using my butter and salt, I sprayed it with avocado oil, and you could have also used olive oil, popcorn with olive oil, sprayed it, and then I made a spice blend, guys, and I put the spices. I had like 7 or 8 different spices on there, and I ate that popcorn, and it was a wonderful snack. And it was so very good for me. Okay, so spices, make use of those whenever you can. You're getting a lot of plant-based nutrition in that. Okay, and then lastly, I'm talking about sandwiches. In terms of sandwiches, you already know about the veggie wraps. That's popular, to wrap it with the romaine lettuce or whatever. You can do that with hamburgers. You can do those with tacos, practically anything you want, and you can do that with. You also can add nutritious things into your sandwich. I got some grandkids that like to take out the tomato and the onion lettuce, but y'all want to keep that in there. And if you get romaine lettuce or spinach, that's even better. Put that stuff in there, okay? You can use mustard, which is really healthy for you, especially if it's Dijon mustard. Mushrooms are very good for your brain. Don't want them raw though, but mushrooms are very good for your brain, okay? You want all of those things in your sandwich. Tomatoes, of course, in your sandwich too. Avocado. How could I forget avocado? Okay, yeah, avocado or guacamole, whichever way you want to do it. Put it in there. Brain healthy sandwiches, guys. Okay, so the good news is you get to choose what you want to select in terms of your food category, where you're going to go plant-based with that area. Whether you want it to be your desserts, whether you want it to be your drinks, whether you want it to be your sandwiches, whether you want it to be your snacks, whether you want it to just be really, really spice conscious. You don't have to do everything at once if you're not ready for that. Just pick something, okay? And decide not to buy the prepackaged, pre-made stuff. So you want to stay away from, you can decide to stay away from the frozen meals, the box meals, the fast food, of course, the fried foods, those kinds of things, the pre-made chips and those kinds of things. So you decide what you're going to stay away from and what you're going to engage more in. Okay? Easy peasy, guys. We'll get you started on that plant-based footing that you so well need. And I want to show you, okay, I have a mini course that's called Brain Health Snacks and Preps, and it's a mini course, or you can just get the recipe book. And in there I have a lot of different categories, some of them that I talked about. Like I have a whole section that's on the dips and chips and dips. Dips are like vegetable chips, okay? On the go snacks, a whole section on that. Smoothies and salads, a section on that. A section that's on soups and batching and stuff. And there's a lot of other things. Over 200 pages of wonderful things for you. And you can get that by going to the link that I'm going to leave for you, or going to my website, keepyourbrainsharp.com, and go over to the services part and scroll down, and you will see my brain health snacks among some other things. You know, so if you don't know what to do, where to start, how to make your hummus, how to make your pesto, those kind of things, I got you. Got you on that, because your brain's destiny is in your hands.